It's time to take direct and hard action. The action's got to be here in the United States on this pandemic, and the action's got to be against the enemy of the Chinese people, the American people, and all of mankind, and that is the Chinese Communist Party. They ought to be directed to open up in 72 hours every lab they've got on mainland China, and they have to be able to turn over every document, every experiment, every scientist, every email, every text message, every WeChat, everything has to be turned over to an international consortium led by the United States, Japan, Free Chinese and Taiwan, Africa, Latin America, Europe, Middle East. The best virologists and epidemiologists have to come together in 72, and in 72 hours they don't do it, all the banks ought to be sanctioned. They ought to be cut off the U.S. dollar. Wang Qishan, and particularly the great criminal General Secretary Xi, ought to be personally sanctioned. All their assets ought to be seized in the United States and in London and returned to the rightful owner, the people of China, that have been oppressed and stolen from now for 70 years. It's an outrage that this plague has come from these people and nothing has happened. And it takes, Dr. Yan, it takes the bravery of Chinese citizens, a young female from China, to come here to the United States. And if we don't have the guts and courage to back her up, then guess what? We're finished as a country. We're finished. Okay? I don't want to, this election, yes, is important, but this is about us as a people. We have to have the backs of these people. It's the defining issue of our time. It's the defining issue of our, and it's the defining issue of the civilization. Mike Pompeo said it's about unalienable rights. Their rights come from God, just like our rights come from God. And now the CCP has unleashed a plague upon the world. They must be held accountable.